Hi, and welcome back to Culinary Experience. Now that we've got our Strombolis in the oven, I've sort of cleaned up the countertop during our break. I want to step into a very quick dish called Grandma's Pasta. The reason it's called Grandma's Pasta is because the sauce is called a grandma sauce. Typically, it's used in making a grandma pizza. But what I found is it is a great sauce just to make very quick and throw over for some kids to eat for dinner. Of course, when you're making food for kids, you want to use kid food. And shells it is. So 2 boxes of shells is 2 pounds. And with the whole crew here, that ought to do it. I got a little pinch of salt. Got to have that in there. And I'll need to stir it up. And we'll let that cook. Now, let's step in to making a very quick grandma sauce. So grandma sauce was something that grandma in Italy could just go out in the field, pick the tomatoes, basil, garlic, and throw together in just a matter of minutes. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to grab a glove because I'm going to have to squish the tomatoes again. The tomatoes are not chopped. They're not pureed. They're really just broken up by your hands. And I don't really like to touch it. Not in a practice of touching the food with my rare hands because, you know, in the food business, we are so accustomed to using gloves for health purposes, and we just maintain that. Okay? We got our tomatoes. So just go in and squeeze them again, break them apart, and you really want to leave the tomato a little bit lumpy, a little bit big. Like, you can see that? It hangs. Well, that is so wonderful on top of a pizza or in our grandma's pasta. And it is not a really wet sauce. So when I take this off, I'm done here, I just want to sneak over to our oven and take a look at our Stromboli. Remember, in baking and in Strombolis, a lot of times you're going to read a recipe that says bake at 350 for 24 minutes, and that's good enough for the guy who wrote the recipe. Like in my book, Come My Darling, Come, There Recipes. But the problem is not every oven is the same. Some are calibrated higher, some are calibrated lower. So unless you know that your oven is exactly calibrated, completely perfectly, you got to go by your gut and by your eyes. Your eyes, ears, and your nose. I can tell in the studio right now that our Strombolis are almost done because I can smell the cheese. I can smell the prosciutto. And again, oh yeah, they're really getting there. So we got about another 8 minutes, 6 minutes on that maybe. So now I'm just going to step over here. So again, just like a mama used to do, you're going to smash the garlic. Smash the garlic. Smash the garlic. Then we're going to chop it. We're going to add a little salt, a little extra virgin olive oil. Of course, use a really good olive oil in this. You don't want to use a cooking oil. You don't want to use a blended oil. You want to use a 100% pure olive oil in this instance. Oh, watch out over there. Okay? Now we're just going to chop. Remember, use your knuckle as a guide. That way, you can talk to your friends and not worry about taking your fingers off. Safety's first. Take the danger out of your food. Okay, and then we need a little basil. This is simple. I'm going to go over there and sneak my pasta and give it another stir as soon as I put this in. Okay. Nice. Now, this is not a cooked sauce, as I said before. This is a raw sauce, and what happens is the pasta will heat it up. We're not cooking the sauce. We're just throwing our pasta into it. We're going to sweat the sauce, and as we don't have a lot of water in it, it won't be a runny pasta. Guess what? That's good enough for me. It's just a little bit of garlic, right? My basil is here, and I'm going to take a really good chop to this basil, too. Okay, let me just check this pasta. She's boiling away. I love shells. I love shells in mac and cheese and anything. Here we go. Go for it. Chop the basil up. Salt and pepper. Stir. I'm going to turn this stove on. We'll put it in our pot. Done. That goes in. Cutting board is all a mess. Okay. Remember, we're at LTV Studios in Wayne, Scott, and you are welcome to join our show. If you have a recipe or something you want to show us how to make, or give us some ideas, or if you want to just sit in the audience and eat, you're welcome to do it. Email me at info@culinaryexperience.tv, and we'll talk. Great. Now, again, this sauce is better the next day. Undoubtedly better the next day. All those flavors get in there, really incorporate. I'm going to just a pinch of pepper, okay? And if you really want to, it's not a grandma sauce, but you could add black olives to it. And that would sort of make it almost like a puttanesca, meaning sauce of the whore. Let's go check them. We got a little smoke coming out of our oven, which means cheese and prosciutto is cooking down. Looks awesome. This one's just about ready to take out. Yeah, I think we'll pull this one out. That is gorgeous. Pull that out. I'm gonna lay it down here. And the other one was the second one we did. I think that one's gonna take just a few more minutes. But we do have cheese oozing out the top. That's the sausage one. Looks like I'm gonna have to clean an oven today. Here we go. I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna check my pasta to see if it's al dente, meaning almost done. I love shells. It makes me feel like such a kid, you know, shells and macaroni. And I need a couple minutes, which is just about what we have left. Here we go. So you can wait on your stromboli, or you can just dig right into it. And I can take it off the linen foil, discard the foil, and you have a couple ways you can cut it. You can cut it on an angle, like that. Oh my Lord, look at that. That is heavenly. Isn't that beautiful? That cheese running down. Oh. I think we're gonna have some really happy people at LTV. My second stromboli is done, and we're just gonna pull it out, lay it on the countertop. Again, guys, you can serve this thing hot, cold, room temperature. Not cold, but room temperature. Okay, it's pasta time, guys. All I wanna do now is pull out the pasta. I've got my stovetop on, right? Just do a little shell action. Drain it. Now, a lot of the kids just like a little butter, a little parsley, a little salt and pepper. But the idea is, all we need to do is take a little bit of the pasta sauce, add it in, and stir. Okay? And you're not going to really cook this. We're just going to take the chill off of it. Nice. It's a little al dente. Take a little Parmesan cheese, fold it in. Pasta sauce is raw. It's wonderful. Stir. And serve. For adults, you can add capers, you can add black olives, but for kids, it's fresh, it's healthy, it's not jarred, and voila, simple as that. This is Michael Mosolino with the Culinary Experience, running out of time. We'll see you next time on Culinary Experience. Good food, good friends, good life. God bless. Goodbye.
Michael Mosolino's Culinary Experience is brought to you by The Deli Counter, Fine Foods and Catering, 623 Hampton Road, Southampton, New York.